charge against us is polygamy. Well, it's common, like racism. We are racist. We were no racist, but since people want to turn the table against us, well, even polygamy, we don't practice polygamy for more than a century, but still people are talking about polygamy. Okay. Let's see if polygamy was a love of God. Because if it was, I know you would say, well, but you don't practice it anymore. Oh, there are reasons because we practice it. Why we don't practice now? Like there were reasons in the Old Testament to practice it or not. Let's see. According to people, especially the people they don't know the scriptures, they were saying, Abraham did, but was just a small case. Even though if it wasn't a small case, because it wasn't just Abraham, but was even Jacob and David and the greatest people of the Old Testament, they were polygamists. When it started, well, it started, with Abraham, seems in the Bible, but the law of Moses, in the law of Moses it is written in Leviticus chapter 18 verse 22 to 28, okay? Thou shalt not lie with mankind, neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down there her. This confusion. And it says, and the land is defiled, therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it, and the land itself vomited out her inhabitants. You shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgment, and shall not commit any of these abomination, neither any of your own nation, not any stranger that sojourner among you. So, these are the things that God didn't approve. But let's go in Deuteronomy, chapter 21, verse 15 to 17, and we read, if a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated, he's talking like they could have two wives. In Deuteronomy, it's clear, it says here. And in fact, after that, we had people, they were practicing polygamy, because we know that David and Solomon and many other kings, they had, they were polygamists. Let's see what happened in Genesis when I explain why they practice polygamy. Now Sarai, Abraham's wife, bare him no children, and she had an handmaid, an Egyptian, who was named was Hagar. And Sarai said unto Abraham, behold, now the Lord hath restrained me from bearing. I pray thee, go into my maid, and it may be that I may obtain children by her. It seems it was a practice usual. Abraham was the father of the faithful, so he knew the doctrine, he knew the commandments, so, okay? And it seems here it was allowed because they couldn't have any children, so there was a reason why. After that, we know that Jacob was tricked by his father-in-law. He wanted to marry a woman, and he received another one. Anyway, after that, he got 3 or 4 wives. And it seems it was an elect of God, because Israel, it comes from Jacob. And he didn't do anything wrong, according to the Bible. He was, a chosen person for God. Also, Moses was married to a second wife, and it wasn't Miriam, his sister, mad at him because he was married to another woman, 2 women. It was unhappy because the second wife it was a black woman, an Ethiopian woman. She wasn't complaining because she was a plural wife, but just because was from another race in the Bible was forbidden. Okay? Now, let's see, because the greatest problem with polygamists is David and Solomon. They had so many wives. And both of them, they were two kings loved by God. Something happened very bad to David. Okay? And so I don't want to read the scriptures because it take too long, but I'm sure you know that at a certain point David fell in love with a woman. She was already married to a great warrior. He put the husband of her on front line, and he was killed. Before that, he committed adultery with his wife, and that's why he wanted to kill him. So he committed murder. He was an assassin in some way, an adulterer. Let's see what the Lord told him at that point. The prophet Nathan said to David, okay, and there came, this is after David had Uriah deliberately killed in battle, the Lord sent Nathan unto David, and he came unto him and said unto him, there were two men in one city, the one rich and the other poor. The rich man had exceeding many flocks and herds, but the poor man had nothing, save one little lamb, which he had bought and nourished up, and he grew up together with him and with his children. He did eat of his own meat, and drank of his own cup, and lay in his bosom, and was unto him as a daughter. And there came a traveler unto the rich man, and he spied to take of his own flock, and of his own herd, to dress for the wayfaring man that was come unto him, but took the poor man's lamb, and dressed it for the man that was come to him. And David's anger was greatly kindled against the man, and he said to Nathan, as the Lord lives, the man that had done this thing shall surely die, and he shall restore the lamb fourfold, because he did this thing, and because he had no pity. And Nathan said to David, thou art the man. Thus said the Lord God of Israel, I anointed thee king of Israel, and I delivered thee out of the hand of Saul. Listen, and I gave you thy master's house, and thy master's wives into thy bosom. God gave the wives, according to the Bible, to David. So, here we can't misunderstand. It's the word of God. So now the problem is why the Mormons practice polygamy. The reason why is because when the church was restored, there were very few men and more women in the church, and everybody would like to be married in the church. In fact, according to the Book of Mormon, which many people are against us, quoted, they never mention the verse in which in Jacob chapter 2 verse 30, the Lord explained why sometimes allow the polygamy. For if I will, said the Lord of hosts, raise up seed unto me, I will command my people. Otherwise, they shall hearken unto these things. So, in the book of Jacob, the Lord was sad because the people were doing like David and Solomon. That's why he was sad. And after, when the church was already established, since the government passed the law that polygamy was prohibited, we should make a choice. Which one was the commandment to obey? And the Lord said, stop it, that's fine, now we don't need it anymore.